1 in Japan, and you don't get there by being a slouch.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Really strong region. Looks like, from what I've heard, we're going to be going Sheik, Sonic, and, you know, as we were saying before, Mr. R does still have that Cloud in the pocket, which is thought to be kind of one of Sonic's worst matchups.
I mean, that said, but we've seen very recently Ken beating out Komorikiri's Cloud, and I believe beating out Tweak's Cloud as well. So he has some knowledge of how to deal with that Cloud matchup. That
matchup actually comes down to who is willing to camp harder.
Yeah, it's like who's willing to camp harder and knowing how to really, really move around Cloud.
Yeah.
And like, especially, and that's one thing that we were noting, right? That Ken is not reliant on spin dash at all as a Sonic main. He loves just running, and that's the threat of Cloud Sword. Is it normally beats out all the spin dash approaches, but if you don't rely on spin dash anyway,
yeah,
it stops being as debilitating as if you were.
Yeah, a lot of the reason why Cloud is thought to win is, one, he gets a lot out of camping as well, just because limit, but also can react to every spin dash approach quite easily. With nair or down air or, you know, just a massive disjoint. It's not even difficult for him to time. But as you were saying, knowing that Ken is not reliant on that spin dash, really the whole matchup changes at that point.
I mean, that being said, we have here the #1 in Europe in Mr. R and the #1 in Japan in
Walk
Ken.
right up to him.
And starting off with just the absolute classic fighting game disrespect of you're not pressing any buttons, here's a grab.
Wow, and already just sniffing out some of his air dodges.
Right now, just a solid 74%, doing a fantastic job reading. Mr. R, though, able to spot dodge that grab and get some damage on the board for himself.
Oh, run-up spot dodge. I'm wondering what he was trying to call out there.
Like, the way Ken is playing in the very beginning of this game, it looks like he has some sort of download on Mr. R ready to go, right? Because he was already trying to catch on to habits, right?
It's not like he started playing slow. It appears that he had a game plan going in.
Yeah. So it's going to be up to Mr. R to figure out what Ken's game plan is and make that adjustment as necessary. Right now, I like that just the jab, too. It catches that spot dodge option as well.
Already picking up on that. And good stuff to Ken, not falling prey to that cross-up back air F smash that everyone keeps getting hit by. Just rolling out of it.
Yeah, he's just staying at arm's length right now from Mr. R. Recognizing the fact that even though he's won neutral exchange so much, right, he knows that eventually he is going to need to start finding that kill. But he's not rushing any amount of that situation. He's going in when he's comfortable, which means that sometimes he can go in nonstop for a whole dose of pressure, and sometimes it means just getting your happy hits in once every 20 seconds.
Oh, and tried to punish that nair with a forward air of his own, but just slightly more active than he thought. Oh, and he baited him with the auto-cancel vanish.
That is nasty. I totally thought that was an open punish, but good stuff to Mr. R. But
if you vanish like at an angle to the left or right, like a 45-degree angle, you land without lag.
That is interesting technology. Ken already waiting for air dodges.
But still, Ken, in spite of that, able to take control of this game.
I do love how much Ken's like neutral just mixes up in terms of his options, right? Like, he spun around, jabbed once on Mr. R's shield, and then spun around and then tried to just grab. Was that BSBS?
No.
Okay.
He jumped on with forward air and got nared before touching the ground, so he just didn't have a jump.
Oh, okay.
Tried to up E, did not have as much distance as he needed.
Yeah, and whenever I see a Sonic die prematurely, my first thought is always, oh god, is that BSBS killing him?
I would hope Ken could avoid those situations.
I've seen Como die to it, man. It happens to every Sonic. It's the
every
reason.
Now and again,
It's the reason Sonic is not a brain dead character. And if anyone listening to this thinks that and can't explain to me right now what BSBS is, you need to let go of that opinion.
Okay, so just as we're seeing, just running, getting that that spin dash, just the threat of it, just to keep Mr. R in shield.
Yeah, he's trying to constantly mix up between those spin dashes, those jabs, and those grab attempts, because each of those covers such a wildly different number of options. He's able to paint a broad spectrum and calling out that spot dodge, this time with a charge F smash. He's been on that spot dodge read like since the beginning of this game, and now he's looking to kill off it. Now, of course, Mr. R knows that and is probably going to lay off on it, so we're going to see their metas ever evolve just within this one game.
Okay, and Ken just Going back to that ledge over and over, just knowing that there's not too many combos he can have off here.
Yeah, manages to catch a grab, and it's interesting to point out that like Mr. R, he's rolling and shielding and nairing out a shield, but he's not spot dodging once ever since getting hit by that F smash.
Yeah, does not want to get hit with the same thing twice here.
Yeah. Oh, execution error, but is not punished for it.
Execution error for execution error.
Oof. At that point, I guess you're just even on karma.
All right,
here we go.
The back throw.
Not going to kill, though, but edge guarding situation. No trump attempt. Tries to catch the jump get up, but Mr. R having the patience to wait just a little bit.
All right, and Ken has tried to get the jump get up the last 3 times, and Mr. R just not giving it to him. So I'm wondering what we'll see the next time that situation takes place.
I'd like to see some sort of trump attempt by Ken to force an option sooner by Mr. R. Because Mr. R is still, like right now, Mr. R actually did just jump. That was exactly what Ken was reading, and that was the one time Ken didn't go for it. And that's going to be it right there, just the straightforward grab into up throw.
Yeah, getting him to that high percent, just that war of attrition is always in the back pocket for Sonic. There's a couple win conditions. You could just play.
Yeah.
Then you could go for the timeout. Or also you could just be like, you know, I'm just going to get my little hits in here and there. And then, you know, just always have that up throw eventually. You know, you get them to around 140, 150. It's going to kill eventually.
The thing is, all those win conditions synergize, right? Where, like, you can make it look like, so long as you convince your opponent you're willing to time them out, you don't actually need to be able to time them out at all, right? You just need them to believe you're willing to, so they'll keep approaching, and then you can keep nicking them and getting your hits in and then kill them with a throw.
Okay, so Mr. R getting some good early damage off with that forward air, forward throw, bouncing fish.
Sheik moves.
And again, you know, Ken is down but not out because, as we know, Sheik she has a very explosive beginning of the game, but starts to fall off as we get higher in the damage.
I think this is where the counter pick of Town and City is going to be helping Mr. R, is to help him get more ways of closing out Sonic stocks, like having, say, F tilt to up air open as a kill move for a wider window.
Tried to punish the nair there, but again, it's just beating it out with its active hitbox.
And Ken just playing the maximum distance he can right now. Mr. R just going in, finding that opening for a forward air. Stray hits from both sides.
One thing I've noticed from Ken, whenever Mr. R crosses up a shield with an aerial, he'll always just roll away. He doesn't want to be made a fool of by like trying to grab the wrong direction or punish the wrong direction. He'll always just, okay, I'll go back to neutral.
And right there, the throw off stage happened because Ken ran right under the falling nair and had just enough time to pivot grab before Mr. R touched the ground. Really great awareness of like the maximum amount he can push this character's mobility.
Wow, what excellent spacing there with that roll back down tilt.
Very clean stuff, and this is exactly the benefit of having Town and City for Mr. R, is he's able to find these tilts into up air confirms that let him close out stocks at a much more reasonable rate.
Uh-oh.
Oh, waiting for some sort of air dodge. Mr. R instead going for a jump option, staying alive, being forced to ledge snap, but able to pick off, I think, by not snapping the ledge immediately so that the explosion comes out. The appearance explosion.
Yeah, actually getting hit by just the poof when he actually read it, read him going above ledge, but just the poof hitting that down smash attempt. Okay, and what's the option we're going to see here?
He's going to do a homing attack, an interesting choice, and instead gets punished for it. I have to guess maybe that was to catch another one of these jump-ins from Mr. R to get back from the ledge. Right now, you see what happens when you try to use spin dash against Sheik aerials right now. Just the leisurely falling nair ends up winning it.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't just spin dash all willy-nilly against a character like Sheik with just a very active, lingering move there.
Oh, there we go. Great movement, slipping right behind that get-up attack, but Ken already at the edge of death percent against Mr. R. It's going to be quite a challenge. He's going to need to have one of those fantastic strings of getting into Mr. R's head if he wants to bring this back. And right now, Mr. R knows it. He's just laying on enough pressure. Right?
Oh, wow, that could have been bouncing fish, but he was just buffering the needle charge. It hit so late in that nair.
Oh, my God. A mistake, I'm sure, won't be made twice.
Thing is, if there's any more rage put on Sheik here, It might not connect anymore. It's kind of ending towards the coming towards the ending percentages for that combo.
Oh,
what?
No! What? Okay.
It's his birthday, man. This is his birthday.
For your birthday, I got you a cheese kill. I hope you like it.
He always gets hit by some cheese.
That is true. That is the Mr. R curse. That is being Mr. Art at this point. Is you play an honest game. One of my friends. Okay, if you watch anime, he's Genos from One Punch Man.
Yes,
that is who he is.
He's like, yes, I'm so awesome, I'm so cool, and then just like
he looks incredible,
and
then he gets bodied at the very last second by the most ridiculous thing. Oh my God, that was just like that was a really nice scoop from Ken with that spin dash, right? Because he was scooping up right under the nair.
Oh my God! But it's the actual canon rivalry. If he's Genos, then that means Ken is speed as Sound Sonic. Okay, good string here, but does not connect with that bouncing fish. Okay, catches that F tilt, goes for a combo of his own, but the air dodge did not get him caught there.
Ken right now, I mean, the thing is, Ken won that previous game, again, based off of that one opening, that one sudden kill at like 20%, right? Which meant that overall in the long grind right now, Mr. R is winning the neutral, and Ken is respecting that and is trying to adjust accordingly, right? He's trying to hang back and really figure out how he needs to respond to Mr. R's pressure so that this time he can stay even in the percent count.
Yeah, and which will just be good because we've seen him hold the game for the whole time, and we've also seen him clutch it out at the last second. So really, I'm interested to see, is there anything that Mr. R can do here? What's the game plan? You just really need to make sure that you're closing out those stocks very fast with Sheik, taking him off the side. If you give him a chance to come back, Ken will find a way.
That is true, yeah. Oh, reads a angle right towards the ledge and ends up S-smashing towards the wrong way. Mr. R finds his way back to stage.
Again, as we see, he'll always just roll away when Mr. R attempts to cross up his shield with an aerial.
And right now, Ken is really enjoying just this layout of Town and City, right? Oh my gosh, just catching that with the run and turnaround forward smash.
Yeah.
That was a spot dodge, right?
Yeah, protect your kidneys.
Protect your kidneys. And yeah, this layout actually doing a huge benefit to Ken because you see him be able to go from one platform, spin dash down to the ground, and then jump up to the other platform on the other side. And those platforms are so high up that it's hard to really pressure them on reaction.
I like him coming back down with the nair there, knowing that Mr. R's shield was getting kind of small. There's a good chance it would shield poke. And when you do hit a falling nair, you do get a combo opportunity.
Ken just staying cool right now. Still has this percent lead. Holding back, not being caught by that forward smash attempt by Mr. R.
Oh, going right over those needles.
We're not going to have a repeat of what happened last time, though. Too much percent on Mr. R to be caught by that. Oh my God, catching that empty jump. Not able to kill off it, though, but so close.
And now Mr. R's got to be scared as heck now, just knowing that Ken is willing to just up smash.
I mean, Ken has that confidence now, and he has the stock to spend on it, too, if he's wrong. Interesting option, and the back throw, though, is going to take it. Ken able to handle this situation.
Two stock right at the end there. Mr. R looking quite defeated.
Yeah.
But that was winner side, so he's not out.
Yeah,
he does have a chance.
Not out of it yet, and we have seen Mr. R make many bigger losers runs in the past. But just I just keep coming back to that second game, man. I know you are too. That's just the 5 seconds just running back over and over in my head. I can't imagine what that must be like for Mr. R. Just like,
I mean, that's heartbreaking even in friendlies.
Yeah,
so like,
that's the thing you apologize for when you hit your friend with. It's like, dude, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't, but
I'd
be like,
okay,
dude, I'm pretty godlike, right? Guess you got outplayed, bro.
Yeah, guess we know who the better player is. Yeah, but I mean, that being said, we just have so many more sets, we can't even sit and dwell on that any longer.
Like any of the last 5 or 6 matches could have been grand finals. Coming up, we have Renai versus Dabuz. So
oh my God.
The hits keep coming.
This is actually an interesting matchup because these two have gone back and forth. Like, Dabuz took the win out of Renai's Sail when they first met at Genesis 3, being able to win pretty solidly. But it looked like for whatever reason, Renai was unfamiliar with the Rosa matchup. Like we saw in the beginning of that Genesis 3 set, he was experimenting with the Lloyd Rocket and gravitational pull.
He started to bring it back, but it was just a lot of unfamiliarity there.
And when he ran into him later that year at EVO, he ended up beating Dabuz. So
yeah, does have a very strong Rosa in Japan as well. I'm not sure how close they are, but with Kirihara.
Yeah, I think they're in different regions of Japan. I'm not certain, but I would have to guess. Just again, going off of his what looked like unfamiliar.